Hey friends, welcome back to a special edition of Emmy, My Hook and I Die Pot. This is my first time dyeing yarn, and you know, like all good ideas, let's do something else while we're dyeing yarn so we can mess it up. I have been tagged in the 10 questions of the yarn world by both Ruby Baby Angie over at Love in Every Stitch and Carrie over at Happy Crafty Homemaker. So my husband is going to interview me here while I dip dye some yarn and some food coloring. So take it away.
All right, number one. What is your favorite color of yarn?
Gosh, that's hard. I love variegated yarn, so every color. I don't tend to get solids that often, which, I mean, I do when I'm doing amigurumi, but like if I were going into a yarn shop and I was like, what is drawing my attention, it would be something with multiple colors, which is why I am dyeing things with teal and violet to see if I can get some break in the colors and get like more than just one color out of a dye. So right now, teal and purple seem to always kind of be a favorite.
All right, number two. What is your favorite weight of yarn?
Fingering weight or DK? Basically what I'm working with right now. Or worsted weight, but I tend to like the skinnier yarns. I feel like it looks less homemade and more intricate and fancy. And so, I don't know. I also feel like thin yarn is less hard on the hands. So.
All right.
Yeah. Let's not pretend I know what I'm doing here either. So if you see something you don't like or that I'm doing wrong, let me know because I'm still learning.
Or if you see something that she's doing that's awesome, give her a thumbs up and tell her she's great.
Oh, aren't you sweet?
Number three. What's your favorite style of yarn?
Okay, so it was what's your favorite style, I suppose, as opposed to like weight. Roving is I'm a big fan of roving. Single ply yarn in general. And I'm trying to think what else. Gosh. I don't know that the only yarn I've met that I don't like is boot play. Oops. I'll say that. But there's very little yarn otherwise that I don't like. I don't have a lot of experience with a lot of art yarns, but you know, that's just because I don't know, I haven't grabbed them, haven't spent the money on them yet.
Number four. What is your favorite fiber of yarn?
My favorite fiber. Well, it depends on what I'm working on. I don't tend to use very much wool because we live in the South, and that's just yikes. Okay, I'm getting some color gradient here that I didn't mean to get. That's okay. Just because it's not cold enough for me to really use a lot of wool here. So if I do use wool, it's like the super fine superwash wool, because I don't have any reason really at all to use like a bulky 100% wool. So in general, I'm really loving the season of cotton that I'm in right now, and I love cotton for amigurumi. But if I'm gonna make something for the winter in the South, I usually use acrylic, A, because it's more affordable, and B, because there's like 3 days out of the year you can wear a solid wool garment here in hot Atlanta, Georgia.
What about just air conditioning in the South? Does it work for that?
Yeah, maybe. Nice one.
Thanks. Number five. What is your favorite brand that you can get easily within your country?
Oh, I mean, I read these questions ahead of time, but they're so hard. I like the versatility of a good carry cape. And I would say probably I reach for Yarnspiration yarns more than anything, with the exception of the cotton paint box that I get for amigurumi. Affiliate link below for Lovecraft. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that for right now. I might change my mind in a year if we did the same questions though.
Next one, what is your favorite kind of yarn to boil?
Wait, what? That's not a question.
Number 7.
Right now it's a superwash merino polyamide blend.
Sorry, number 6.
That's all I have.
What is your favorite brand that isn't easy to get within your country?
Ooh, favorite brand that's not easy to get in my country. Well, so here's the thing. I haven't really been able to shop in stores enough to know what I'm doing, because because I really grew a lot during 2020 with my crochet, and before that I wasn't spending the money on local yarn shop yarns, so it had been several years since I'd been in a local yarn shop. So I don't know a whole lot of high-end European brands per se, but I have really enjoyed Bella Coco with my Crochet Society boxes, and that's not the easiest to get because you have to pay for the shipping from the UK. You know, I was really enthusiastic about ice yarns for a little bit, and then, and it's not hard to get, it's just expensive, but I'm a little less so on that. And with the way shipping has been in the US, I really haven't ordered much from them at all. So in that regard, ice might be a little hard to get right now. I don't know if anybody's ordered from them lately, but yeah, there we go. That's my answer. It's kind of half answer.
So, number 7. What's your favorite yarn store online and your favorite brick and mortar?
My favorite yarn store online is Lovecraft's. I'll try to remember to link my comparison tool video in the description, because you can choose colors really well and put together lots of different things with their comparison tool that you can't get on other websites, which I found is really helpful when you can't physically get to a yarn store. So that's my favorite online. And brick and mortar store, big box, I have to say Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I do like the selection that Hobby Lobby offers, but I love me a carrot cake, so I can't not put Michael's on that list. Almost all of our local yarn stores have closed, but I recently went to Knit and Pearl in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and they were super nice, and I thoroughly enjoyed my shopping there, so that was fun. I'll have a video on that. If this isn't posted before then, it'll be soon enough, so look for it.
Number 8. Do you keep scrap yarn? If so, what do you do with it?
Not really. I'll be honest. Like, I don't know what to do with scrap yarn, mainly because like none of it matches. I don't, like I used a ripple cake, and then I used like a worsted yarn, and then I used a cotton, and like, I mean, it's too varied for me to have figured out what to do. And there's very little cotton yarn for amigurumi that goes to waste, because you can just make a little something out of it. I mean, I guess maybe that's using scrap yarn, but not in the way that I like. I'm not a very good steward. I'm not gonna lie. If there's only like 10 yards left, it's probably going in the trash. Don't at me with like how bad that is for the environment, okay?
Number 9.
You can see my husband's face.
What is your favorite thing to crochet or knit?
Oh, amigurumi, hands down. But I have a feeling with this new dyeing that I'm doing that I'm gonna be making a ton of shawls, because this stuff just lends itself really well to a shawl or a shawlette or a scarf or something. So I have a feeling that's gonna be my next thing. The other thing I like is blankets, but I don't make a ton of them because they're big and they take forever, but I do enjoy a good blanket, especially a good mandala blanket.
Number 10.
10.
If you could crochet or knit one last thing for the rest of your life, what would it be, and what yarn would you use?
Oh my gosh. I'd probably make a blanket for but my daughter already has a blanket for me, but I would want to make something really ornate and probably lacy for her to have as an heirloom. I also tell her, like, because there's a lot of times that I'm sick and I can't be with her when I really want to be with her. So I've also kind of taught her that when she wraps up in a quilt or a knitted or a crochet blanket that I've made, that it's like a mama hug. So I feel like, yeah, I just do one more blanket for her, or maybe for you, but nah, probably just for her. I don't know what yarn I would use though. Probably like some sort of 2 or 3 weight yarn and make it, you know, like I said, nice and lacy and ornate and ridiculous. Like if it's gonna be an heirloom, I might as well. And if it's gonna be my last piece, let's be honest though, if I started something like that, I wouldn't finish it before I died. It would be half done and she would have to finish it for me. And right now she doesn't have that big of an interest in crochet. So there goes that question. Is that it?
That's it.
Well, thank you very much for tagging me in this. This was super fun, and I got a finished skein of yarn now that I get to go wash out. So I really appreciate you hanging around with me while I did that. Let's see. I feel like almost everybody has been tagged that I know, because I know Crystal at Chronically Crocheting has been tagged. Trish over at the Purple Yarnivore, of course, I'm gonna tag her. I'm trying to think. I'm such a small channel compared to these other people. Like, who watches my channel that would be tagged? Let's see. I think, yeah. And then Angie tagged a bunch of people that I probably like tagged. How about Petra over at Petra's Happy Place? And if I think of more, I'll put it in the description, and otherwise feel free to tag yourself, especially if you're new, because these are a good way to learn about people, I think. So thanks for stopping by.